Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's training. I appreciate you guys getting on. You guys can see I've got my coffee. I had a long day yesterday. We went to the beach, and yesterday was Sunday. We went to the beach and rode the bikes and were in the sun all day and stuff. And then we got home, and I was playing with my son outside on the sun some more. So I was just done by the end of the night, man. That sun zaps your energy. Anyways, guys, hope you guys had a great weekend. We're going to go ahead and get started. I've got a couple of champions on the team that have been doing very well, making sales. So part of what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking them a couple of questions, right? But I definitely, before that, I want to go, how's it going, Anthony, David, Danny, Stefan, Jasmine, welcome, guys. So now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and just kind of jump right into the information. Now, before I jump into it, I want to let you guys know a couple of things, right? About the mindset of this business, right? One of the big reasons why people fail, not only in this business, but other businesses, is what I'm going to talk about. Now, this business is a little bit different. I've brought into this company probably 32 people now, myself, and that has grown to over 150 probably, okay? The point that I'm getting to is that people from different backgrounds come to this business with certain mentalities. For example, I've got people, matter of fact, two champions that I personally brought on here, which are the guys that I'm going to be asking some questions to right now that are crushing it, is Anthony Bonilla and Mr. David Small. They both come from the network marketing background the way that I do. But it's very important that we manage people's expectations and we set their mind right from the beginning. This is not a network marketing business. It's similar. It's got the benefits of network marketing, which is you can build an organization, override the organization. But really what we are is we are a sales first company. We only get paid if we make sales. So when I get somebody that comes in from, for example, the network marketing world, I don't go out there and tell them, hey, yeah, let's go build it. Let's just recruit a bunch of people and that's it. No, I want to show people how to effectively sell solar. And let me tell you the beautiful thing about this business. The beautiful thing about this business is you can make 20 to 30 grand per month off your own efforts from your living room, from your home office, right? You don't depend on a huge team. Now, if you build a team, you got that leverage income, override income, mentor sales and whatnot, which is outrageous amounts of money, which is awesome. But it's just as awesome that you're able to make no mistake about it. I don't care how much experience you have in solar or how much experience you do not have in solar. You can make, if you choose to, okay, if you put your head down and focus, and if you're coachable, 20 to 30 grand a month or more off your own efforts from home. That I don't care what your background is. When I came on board to Powur, I had not sold one solar deal yet. Okay, that was about 4 months ago. I think I started in April. So that's about 5 months ago, actually now. The point is I had no experience in solar. But I come on here and I make a personal sale, 1 or 2 personal sales per week, plus a couple of mentor sales, right? Why? Because I wanted to own the business. So the first thing that I want to talk about is understand the opportunity that you've got. Have the mindset. Over the next 5, 10, 15 years, solar is going to be a honeypot. I used to be involved in the real estate business from 2004 to December 2007. I didn't realize that I was in the real estate boom. People were making millions. I was making 6 figures and people were making millions. And the reason why I was making only 6 figures was because I was slacking off and I thought I was going to last forever. Make no mistake about it. The world, not only America, but the world is going solar. So right now, for example, I'm in California. Any new construction being built in California has to have solar. What if I connect with some contracting companies, some home builders that need to put solar? As a matter of fact, I got a proposal for a guy that's building a second unit in the back house. He's going to have a duplex now. He needs solar. He says, give me a cash offer, right? So today I'm going to present it to him. And as a matter of fact, I've got an appointment with him today at 1:45 in his shop because he wants commercial solar as well. Understand this, guys, and I'm going to get into the training here, but this is super important for you to understand. If you look at this, because I've sold real estate too, right, as I just mentioned. If you look at this versus real estate, right, in the real estate industry, there's about 1,500 to 2,000 realtors per one solar pro. There is a significant amount of real estate professionals in our country versus solar professionals. So understand what I'm telling you. Everybody that you know likely knows one or two or three real estate agents, but hardly anybody knows solar pros. If you just are the loudest one out there, meaning talking to more people, letting them know what you do, and I'm going to tell you what to say here shortly. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what I did, okay, to get to the point where my second month, I made $20,000 in commissions. My second month. I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? But you just have to treat it like a business. So I tell people, treat it somewhere between a home-based business and like a real estate business. If you were a real estate agent, would you be making phone calls to everybody that you know? If you opened up a restaurant, would you make phone calls to everybody you know to let them know you opened up a restaurant? For those of you guys that really want to make this a career, even if you're part-time, for those of you guys that really want to make it a career, there's so much opportunity out there, man. There's visiting the new homeowner list, networking with real estate professionals, obviously working through your network, door knocking. The opportunities are endless, and there's hardly any competition. There really isn't. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to do, and this is very important, right? Here's the deal. When I was unsuccessful, I had a big ego and a small bank account. I used to go to trainings and see them talk about your why, what you're willing to give up, make your list. And I was like, yeah, I know all of that stuff. I know all that stuff. Yet I was unsuccessful. Yet I was broke, busted, and disgusted. If you want to be successful, you want to focus on the fundamentals. I talk to people all the time. I give them advice. They're hurting, but they don't listen. Fine. There's another 6 months you're wasting. There's another year you're wasting. Start with the fundamentals. What is the fundamentals? The fundamentals of any business. Identify why you're doing the business. What drives you? What wakes you up at night? Is it your kids? What specifically are you doing for your kids? Is it your mother? Is it your wife? What specifically are you doing for her? For me, when I was 18 years old and I started in business, my goal was to retire my mom before I turned 30. That happened when I was 27. Okay? 27, 28, one of those two. Okay, I believe it was 27. Once you identify what your why is, you want to write it down. Have your whys written down, because let me tell you this is another golden nugget that you need to have very, very in the forefront of your mind. You will get a lot of rejection, just like any other business. If you started selling real estate, if you started selling alarms, if you started selling life insurance, I don't care. You're going to get rejection. The reason why your why has to be strong is because you will have days that you will want to give up. I'm telling you right now. I don't care who you are. You'll have days where you'll second guess yourself. But if you stick and stay, you'll get your pay. You'll also have days where you're like, do I even deserve this much money? If you stick and stay. I know that Anthony's smiling because he's felt that. Anthony's feeling it already. But see, this business is about building momentum. You write this down for your notes. Super key. You've got to be willing to work without pay in order to get paid without work. In the beginning, you're going to be talking to a lot of people. You're going to get some bills. The deal may or may not go through. You're going to, like my first month, I think I made my first sale 28 to 31 days into my business. People on my team made sales before me, but I had a pipeline built up. That's the fundamentals of sales. Build a big pipeline and follow up. Here's the deal. Nobody is going to follow up on your leads for you. That's a sucker's move. No professional is going to follow, because guess what? They have their own people to follow up on. Our job is to pique the interest, and I'm going to get into this in detail. Pique the interest, get the bill, set the appointment, and then present it with the mentor. The mentor's not going to call our leads for us. The mentor's not going to set the appointments for us. That's our job. Anything other than that is selfish, right? But guess what? We will train you. We will assist you. We will walk you through it. We will hold your hand. But I would encourage you, we've all got to be humble and learn, right? So be specific, write it down. You want to have some short-term and long-term whys. Maybe your short-term why is making your first deal, getting 5 proposals, getting 5 bills and 5 proposals, and getting your first deal, your first 30 days. Anybody can get a deal in the first 30 days if they do the numbers. If they go through the training, they do the numbers, okay? You can make, I've seen people go out there, make 3 or 4 deals their first month. Second, identify what you're willing to give up. What are you willing to give up in order to achieve these things? To some people, it might be hanging out with your significant other. To some people, it might be playing poker with their friends. To some people, it might be a certain hobby. What are you willing to give up to achieve these things? Something's got to give. To some people, it might be like, man, I'm trying to do this all full time. This is a key nugget that a lot of people suffer from this. Some people are thinking, I want to do this all full time so I can go out there and make this business work faster. And sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. Sometimes you have to go get a part-time job to pay your bills, to that way you don't have commission breath, right? But see, you're giving up some time. But at least if your bills are taken care of, when you're talking to prospects, you're not so needy. You don't have that commission breath. And then therefore you get more done with less effort. That's a very real thing. I've given this advice to many, many people over many, many years. And trust me, it's always the truth. There's a very, very small few. There's some anomalies out there that can go full blast day one and crush it. But the majority of the people, it's very tough for them to do that. So what are you willing to give up? Be specific about it. Make sure it's written down. The next thing is this. Make a list of everybody you know, homeowners or not homeowners. Now, this is a little bit different. If you've ever been involved in network marketing, you hear this. This is a little bit different. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to elaborate on this. You want to make a list of everybody that you know, homeowners, not homeowners. Now, I would encourage you to write down this list, and the list, write down the homeowners, minimum 10 homeowners that you know. Now, if you don't know 10 homeowners, that's fine. But most people know at least 10 homeowners. I would recommend you make a list of minimum 100 people, but maybe put, the homeowners first, right? Maybe it's 15 homeowners, put them on the first 15. Then after that, put the next sharpest people, the most open-minded people that you know. And after that list of people, put everybody else. And I'm going to tell you why. Because once you make your list again has to be written down. Have your list written down. This is one of the things that most people are not very coachable with. They think, oh, it's on my phone. It's on my computer. Those people that tend to be stubborn tend to be the people that don't have the results. Just humble yourself. Let me tell you why I say that, because I used to do this. I say this like I'm talking to the old me. Then I got to a point where I said, fine, I'm going to get to the fundamentals because I've been wasting so much time. Let's see if this makes a difference. Then it started making a difference. Now, when you call, this is a memory jogger, right? You can find a memory jogger online. Find a memory jogger because you want to write down everybody that you know, even if you haven't talked to them in a long time, because I'm going to tell you how to approach them, okay? So when you approach these people about your list, here's the deal. Let's say you have 100 people on your list, right? Homeowners or not. I'm going to give you a script that I've used that just does a trick and gets a message out there. Here's a script that I use. And it's a very simple one. And it's not a sales pitch. It's not a recruiting pitch. It's just an information pitch. So let's say, for example, I call Danny. Ring, ring. Danny answers the phone, and then I get into it. Danny, how's it going? If I haven't talked to him in a long time, whatever, I build a little bit of rapport. Now, if I haven't talked to him in a long time, here's a little tip. When you haven't talked to people in a long time, and if you just call them out of nowhere, and you're like, how's the family? How's the kids? Blah, blah, blah. More than likely, they know, okay, bro, I know you're going to talk to me about something. You're probably selling something or something going on. Kind of get to the point, right? So I like to address the fact that we haven't talked in a long time. Hey, listen, Danny, I know that we haven't talked in a long time. Let me ask you, do you have a couple of minutes? Do you have a couple of minutes for a business conversation? Just straight up, right? If it's somebody that I do know that I'm in contact with, call them up, small conversation. How's it going? How's the family? Great. Listen, bro, the reason why I'm calling you is because I'm calling everybody that I know to let them know that I actually just got started in the solar business, okay? I'm very excited about it. This is what I'm gonna do for the next 10 to 15 years. Again, I'm very excited about it. And I just want you to know, and everybody that I know, I want them to be in the know that this is what I'm doing. In case you ever know of anybody that may be interested in solar, or anybody that may have any questions about solar, I'd appreciate it if you'd keep me in mind. See, what I just did is I threw a little bait in the water to see if he bites. Worst case scenario, he's going to say, oh, cool, thanks for letting me know. Or, oh, cool, yeah. If I know of anybody, I'll definitely let you know. Whatever. Not a lot of interest, just replied, great, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I'm just giving everybody a call, everybody that I know a call to let them know that this is what I'm doing, right? So, keep me in mind, whatever. I go to the next call. But some of these people, if you call 100 people that you know, who do you know from school? Who's your barber? Who are your family members? Who are your neighbors, ex-co-workers, current co-workers, right? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? That's why making a list is so important. Here's the deal. You might know a guy that lives in his basement with his parents, but is super not ambitious at all. Not a business person by any stretch of the imagination. But his girlfriend's father mentioned that he's looking for solar, right? So in this conversation, because again, most people don't know a solar pro. Remember this, most people don't know solar pro. In this conversation, the guy might say, oh, that's funny. My father-in-law was just mentioning that about possibly getting solar. All of a sudden, see, the first bullet was when you're just calling people. Think about this. If you opened up a restaurant in your local city and you have a bunch of friends in that city or near cities, wouldn't it be a good idea for you to call them and tell them, hey, Johnny, how's it going? How's the family? Great. Listen, reason why I'm calling you is this. I just opened up a restaurant. We got some incredible breakfast on Main Street and Broadway, right? That's actually my restaurant, right? I'm one of the owners of that place. I'm just giving everybody a call, man. If you ever want to taste some great food, let me know. I'll send you a couple coupons for you to check it out. I'd appreciate if you'd come and check out our restaurant somewhere. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Of course it would, because that's your own business. Make no mistake about it. Powur is your own solar business. You get paid the highest commissions in the industry. You are a business owner. This is no different than if you opened up your own solar dealer with an office. The difference is you don't have to have an office here. You don't have to have a big investment here, right? So I want you to have that mindset when you're calling people. You could say, I either started in the solar business or I started my solar business. I started my own solar company. Because guess what? You are a business owner within Powur. I look at Powur kind of like a franchise. I'm one of the franchisees. Now, that's not the correct term. I'm telling you how I look at it. Like I'm a franchisee with Powur. Just like a franchisee with McDonald's. If you own the McDonald's, you're a franchisee, right? And guess what? You're a business owner. Same mindset. But the mindset is, once I make my list, I write my whys, what I'm wanting to give, give up. Once I make my list, I set an hour aside, even 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour or two, to smile and dial, make phone calls, fire off phone calls, fire off phone calls, fire off phone calls. That's all I'm doing. If you call 10 people to let them know that you're in the solar business, and you'd appreciate it if they'd keep you in mind if they know anybody that's interested in solar, or they have anybody, they know of anybody that just has questions about solar. I'd appreciate if you keep you in mind. If you do that with 10 people, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 out of those 10 to say, huh, interesting, tell me more. Or, oh, really, I've been thinking about solar. Oh, really, my mother, my father-in-law, blah, blah, blah. They're going to make the connection, okay? And it's a very non-threat. You're not calling them to sell them. You're calling them to inform them, right? This is one of the easiest ways to start with the people that you know. So if you're just getting started, let them know. I say this all the time. The last thing that we want is for us not to call these people that we know, and then before you know it, you see on Facebook a video, them going live, hey man, getting my solar panels installed today. And you started with Powur 3 months ago. And they made the purchase a month and a half or 2 months ago. And you realize the only reason why they didn't go with me more than likely was because I didn't call them. Now you deserve to lose a business in that situation. That's why, Jim Rohn said, if you want the best chance to succeed, don't leave it to chance, right? If you want the best chance to succeed, don't leave it to chance. So make your list of these homeowners, contact this list of these homeowners with that approach. Now, the first bullet is a first approach. You got a second bullet. So let's say, for example, matter of fact, I'm going to role play here. Who can role play with me? Unmute yourself if you can role play. I'm going to just call you and we're going to role play. Not all at the same time. I see all of you guys chomping at the bit. If not, I'm going to pick somebody. So if you want to be shy, who wants to role play? Raise your hand or unmute yourself because not all of you guys have.
I think David Small raised his hand. No, I'm just kidding. I could help.
Okay, good. Anthony it is then. All right. So Anthony, I'm going to give you a call.
Okay.
And but in this scenario, because if you just tell me, okay, great, yeah, thank you, I'll let you know, then that's it. There's nothing else to do, right? I could always elaborate on that if he tells me, okay, great, I'll let you know. And then let's say I think he's a homeowner, but I don't know. Why not? You're already there. If you want to be a little bit more bold, be more bold. Ask him. Anthony, but by the way, are you a homeowner?
Yes.
He's going to answer, yes, I am. Oh, cool. Well, hey, listen, have you ever thought about getting a free proposal to see how much money you can save with Powur? Here's one of the key things that I say, right? Because here's the deal. He's already like, oh, cool, I'll let you know. If I hang up, I got zero opportunity to get his business. But that's what a salesperson is. A salesperson gets a little bit of rejection, then he breaks through a little bit. And he breaks through a little bit, right? So I make it seem like, hey, my hands are up. I'm non-threatening, man. I'm not trying to sell you stuff, just letting you know. And he says, yeah, cool. I'll let you know. And then, so let's pretend like, Anthony, you said that to me. Yeah, sounds good. I'll let you know. And then I'm going to dig a little bit deeper, right? Okay, so he said, yeah, I'll let you know if I know of anybody. Okay, great. By the way, Anthony, are you a homeowner? I'm not sure. Are you a homeowner?
Yes.
Oh, cool, cool. Well, have you ever thought about solar at all?
I spoke about it with my wife because we see some neighbors who have solar, but not really.
Okay, fair enough. Well, listen, I don't know if you know this, but when you go solar, you could actually save 25 to 50% on your electric bill day one. It actually costs you nothing out of your pocket. And the government this year is actually paying in the form of a tax credit for 26% of your solar. And so, I mean, if you like, I could email you even a free proposal. All I need is a picture of your bill and I could show you how much you're saving. So let's say, for example, you're paying $150 a month. I could probably bring that bill down to $100 a month. And we have some friends and family promotions. So if you like a free proposal, I could email that to you.
So you're saying I could save right away if I went solar?
Yep. If you go solar, basically what you're doing is you're replacing Edison or whoever your electric company is. You're replacing them because your solar panels produce all the electricity that you need. and so you're replacing them and you're saving, right? Again, on average, 25 to 50% is what we're able to save a homeowner, right? It costs you nothing out of your pocket. So how much are you paying? See, because he asked a question, I could dig in a little bit more. And if you ask the person questions and they answer you, now it's like a game of tennis. Boom, you ask a question, then he sends it back. Then you send it back. The more questions they ask, the more interest they have. And the more questions you ask them that they reply to, the more you're locking them in. So now I'm getting into the question of what would you say your average payment is on a monthly basis with us?
So on our low months, we pay about $30 to $40. But in the summer, since it gets really hot out here in Corona, we pay about like 150.
150. Okay. So we would get the average. So let's say your average was, I don't know, $100 a month, right?
Right.
Well, we could probably get your average down to about $80 a month. But more importantly, Anthony, it's locked in. It'll never go up. I'm sure over the last couple of years, you've seen your electric bill continue to climb. It goes up every year.
Right.
So the difference is that, let's say your average payment right now is $100 a month. Let's say that's the average across the board throughout the entire year. Well, in 5 years, it's not going to be an average of 100. It'll probably be an average of 125, 130. Well, with us, let's say we get you down to an $80 payment. I'm just guesstimating, right? But if it's an $80 payment, that's what it stays. And then once your solar's paid off, you got free electricity the rest of your life.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you by any chance have a bill handy somewhere?
I could ask my wife. She's the one that does all the.
Yeah. Why don't you just send me a picture of the bill? You can just text it to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And send me your email. What I'll do is, and the reason why I ask him for the email is because I need that to put the proposal in. Number one. Number two, here's the deal, guys. The other thing that I'm doing too is this. The reason why I tell a homeowner, whether I'm door knocking, whether it's somebody that I know, whether it's a new homeowner, I'll say, by the way, what I could do is I could email you the proposal. If you've got questions, you call me. So I make it non-threatening, like they don't have to deal with a salesperson, especially when it's people you don't know. So for those of you guys that are door knocking, those of you guys that visit new homeowner list, right? I don't really have an intention to just email them the proposal. But my intention, if they want that, I'll do it. Don't get me wrong. But once I get the bill and the number and the email, right? Here's the deal. Once I get that information, when I have the proposal, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna schedule a time to present to them. Now, if they say, "Oh, you know what? Can you just email it to me the way that I suggested?" Great. I've closed 2 deals like this. Check this out. 2 new homeowners. I go visit them. They're kind of like, yeah, we've thought about it, but they're kind of wary, maybe because of the coronavirus thing and whatnot. Here's what I said. Listen, by the way that I work is I work a little bit different. If you want, give me a picture of your bill or send me a picture of your bill. And what I'll do is I'll email you the proposal along with a 10-minute video explaining your proposal and the benefits of solar. And if you've got questions, you call me. I won't even call you. They're like, oh, really? Okay. So they sent me the stuff. I called, tried to set an appointment. They weren't having it. They were like, email it to me. So what I did is I emailed them the proposal, right? I downloaded the PDF and emailed it to them. And I recorded a Zoom presentation of me going through the Power Deck PowerPoint and their proposal. And it's about 12 to 15 minutes long every time. 2 people, I've done that with about 7. I closed 2 sales like that. One of them was last Friday, right? But on some cases, that's what they say. That's how you get them. But then once you have the proposal, they'll give you the appointment, whether it be via Zoom or in person. So anyways, that was that. So now I'm going to approach Anthony. And this time, Anthony is going to show some interest. Or better yet, Anthony's going to show some interest with somebody that he knows. So let's say I tell you that, Anthony, that I just got started in the solar business, blah, blah, blah. And you say, oh, really? That's interesting. So-and-so was thinking about solar, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have a friend who actually is in the solar industry as a consultant.
Oh, nice. Is he still active or?
Yeah, he actually approached me last week about it.
Okay, great. Well, so watch this. What I want to do is I want you to have or think of somebody that that's going solar.
Oh, that went solar.
When you're mentioning this to people, their memory starts to jog. They think of maybe not somebody's thought about solar, but maybe somebody has a big house that solar would be good for them, right?
Right.
But
Okay.
whatever. But the point is that they have a spark of interest, right? So give me something like that, right?
All right. Here's a real life scenario. This is how I got into solar. Yeah. So my soccer team manager actually got solar last year, and he kind of told me about it briefly, but I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well, it's and then I'll get into how it works, right? Basically, whatever somebody's paying, we can save them money immediately with nothing out of pocket, and it actually it costs them zero out of pocket. Now, one of the things that we've got too, Anthony, is this. If you know some people, the way that you mentioned that you know somebody, we actually have an ambassador program, which is free. It doesn't cost you anything. But what it does is that anytime you were to have somebody that maybe may be interested in solar, all you gotta do is refer them to us. We will help them go solar, and as soon as they go solar, you get $1,000 commission. Right?
So you're saying right now it's hard times. We're in COVID and I don't have a job. You're saying I introduce you to my tia, uncle, parents who are homeowners and they went solar, I can make $3,000?
If you introduce anybody to us, right, you'll make $1,000 per everybody that you refer. Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, here's the deal. That's our ambassador program. There's actually a way for you to make a lot more than that if you actually want to get involved in business, right? If you actually want to get involved in the solar industry, I can show you how to do that. But if you simply want to refer some people, then there's no commitment. It doesn't cost you a dime. You can simply refer them to us, and you make $1,000 on everybody that you refer. I've actually got some people that have made a couple $1,000s by referring other folks. Okay, sorry, somebody was unmuted. So the second bullet, guys, is when you've got somebody that knows somebody that's thinking about solar. Somebody that asks a question, right? If they just ask a question, so how does that work? Now I'll get into it a little bit deeper. If they say to me, well, I've got, a friend of mine that was talking about solar, or I got a friend that just bought a house with a pool and he's complaining about his bill. He's got a high bill. Then guess what? Now I hit them with the second bullet, which is the ambassador program, $1,000. Now, if that person in this scenario, like Anthony, is very interested, guess what? I'll invite them to check out the business, right? But I'm taking their temperature, but it's a very nonchalant approach. It's a very easy approach to go about it and talking to these people about the business, right? I'm just calling you to let you know that this is an industry that I'm in. That's it. It isn't like, like I'm a real estate agent making a cold call to ask if you want to buy or sell real estate. That's a sales call. This is not a sales call. This is just me calling people that I know to let them know, hey, I just got started in this industry. Somebody is gonna bite. If you make 100 phone calls, guys, somebody's gonna bite. So now, let's say, for example, I'm calling somebody who's a homeowner, right? So let's see if it's Anthony or David. Can one of you guys role play with me?
I got you.
All right. So let's say David is a homeowner. Both Anthony and David are homeowners, right? So I'm gonna call David and I'm gonna go through a full replay. See, he's on my list as a homeowner. So I'm gonna call him as such, right? So ring, ring.
Hello?
David, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thanks, man. Long time no talk. How's the family? Everybody's good?
Everybody's good, man. Just, plugging away, trying to stay busy, trying to stay safe. How's everything your way?
I'm glad to hear that, man. Everything is good, bro. Considering all the crazy stuff going on in the world, right?
I do understand.
Yeah, brother. Well, listen, I know you're a busy guy, and I don't want to take a lot of your time, but do you have 2 or 3 minutes for a business call, brother?
Sure.
Cool, man. Well, listen, I wanted to give you a call because I'm calling everybody that I know, specifically homeowners, because I actually, a couple of months ago, got started in the solar business. I'm very excited about this. As a matter of fact, I've decided this is what I'm going to do for the next 10 to 15 years. And so I'm calling everybody that I know, not only to let them know, but especially those friends of mine who I know that are homeowners. David, have you ever considered solar at all, brother?
Was just talking to my wife about it, over the last couple of weeks, because since the kids have been home, for the last few months, the PlayStation's running, the refrigerator keeps opening. I swear I'm paying, $200 a month for Duke Energy. It's crazy right now. So I definitely want to be able to cut my power bill as quickly as I can.
Okay, good. Well, you know, if that's the case, I mean, what I'd love to do is I'd love to get you a free proposal if you're open to it, right? If you got a electric bill that you could send me, I could show you what solar could do for you.
You want me to snap a picture of it or email you the PDF?
Yeah, look, just you could text me or email me, whatever's easiest. Send me a picture of your bill, right? And
Okay.
if you can, send me a picture of your main panel outside, your electrical panel outside, because I want to, you know, I need to see the size of it, right? So if you could send me those two things, David, that'd be great. I can have a proposal over to you the latest tomorrow.
I'll shoot it over to you here in a few minutes.
Okay, cool. So see, David right there was somebody that was a easy sales call, right? So what I want you to do now, David, is have a little bit of interest, but not so fast, right? Just kind of like, oh, we've thought about it, you know, kind of casual, okay? So,
Perfect.
ring, ring.
What's going on, JC? How you doing today?
Man, doing great. How are you, bro?
Man, I'm hanging in there, just, you know, kicking and screaming. You know how we do.
Right. Good, man. Well, first and foremost, bro, you know, in these crazy times, you know, I hope you and your family are doing well. You know, I trust you guys are doing well.
Yeah, man, we're doing all right. Hope you and the family are. How's little Max?
Oh, he's great, man. Thank you for asking. Max is great. My wife is great. One of my buddies always says, you know, my kids are getting bigger. My wife is getting smaller. So life is good.
Hey, that's a blessing right there.
Yep, exactly, man. Well, listen, bro, I know that you always got things going on. You're always on the go. So I don't want to take a whole lot of your time, but do you have 2 or 3 minutes for a business conversation?
Sure.
Cool. Well, listen, I'm giving you a call because I'm calling specifically homeowners that I know, because I actually just got started a couple of months ago in the solar industry. I'm very, very excited about it. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do for the next 10, 15 years. I've made that commitment. So, you know, again, David, obviously you being a homeowner, have you ever considered solar at all, brother?
I kind of thought about it, man, but right now that's, you know, that's like $50,000 or $60,000 or something, isn't it?
Well, it depends, right? It depends how much electricity you use, right? I think the average person is 30 to 40,000, you know, but you know,
Yeah, man,
here's what I'll tell you. Go ahead.
That's a lot of money right now, you know, especially we don't know, you know, I've been DJing for 20 years and all the clubs are closed, you know, business is kind of taking a turn. I don't really know that's a new car.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Well, you know, here's one thing that I'll tell you. What are you paying right now for electricity, for example?
About 175, 200, somewhere in that range.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, here's one thing I'll tell you. Have you noticed over the last couple of years that your electric bill continues to go up every month?
Every day, every
Or
time
not
my
every
son
month,
opens the
years,
refrigerator,
right.
every time he opens the fridge, I'm like, hey, man, you know.
Well, yeah, so every year electric bills go up. Here's the thing. Even though people think about the price of solar, that it may be a lot, here's one thing I tell you. How long have you paid your electric bill and how long do you plan on paying it, right? You're always going to pay an electric bill. So if you go solar, first of all,
Yeah.
we give you a free proposal. It doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time, right? We can save you some money in your electric bill immediately. In addition to that, costs you nothing out of your pocket, and it's a bill that you're going to pay no matter what. But I could show you, David, how over the next 7 to 10 years, that 40, 50,000 bucks that you're talking about, you're going to pay Duke Energy regardless. That's regardless. The difference with solar is that not only do you save money right away, right? But additionally, the government right now is paying for 26% of it, right? Next year it goes down to 22, then it goes away. So what I tell homeowners all the time is, hey, listen, at the very least, get a free proposal. Maybe it'll be a good fit for you. Maybe it won't be a good fit for you. But in my opinion, bro, friend to friend, I will tell you, get a free proposal. It doesn't hurt you not to get a free proposal, right? Especially considering, again, you're going to pay Duke Energy that money over the next 10 years, no matter what. The difference,
yeah, that's true.
Once you pay off your solar panels, you got free electricity the rest of your life.
All right, I'll take a look at it. You know, I can't promise anything right now just because, you know, funds are tight, but I'll send you the bill and send me a proposal. I'll at least take a look at it, talk it over with the wife. You know how that goes.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's all I ask. So look, send me a picture of your latest utility bill. Ideally, one that has a graph of what you've used over the last year. So if you got a few of them, that's fine. send it over to me, and then we'll schedule a time for me to show you and your wife the benefits of solar. Again, if it's for you, great. If it's not for you, no big deal. But at least you know, right? At least you know. And so, and we'll schedule a time to show both you and your wife the benefits of solar. Does that sound fair enough?
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good, brother. Notice that I mentioned to show him and his wife, which is the two decision makers, right? Ideally, you want to show it to both of them. Why? Because if not, the one spouse has an out. They might say, okay, great, I got to talk about it with my wife, or I got to talk about it with my husband, right? So you want to show both, all decision makers, right? That's the ideal situation. So in his situation, for example, he is a friend of mine. We've known each other for a few years, right? And so I would approach him like that. I know that he's a homeowner, right? So I would approach him that way. Now, if he's not a friend of mine and I know that he's a homeowner, but he's more of an acquaintance, I probably wouldn't go directly with asking for the bill, pitching him solar, right? If I don't have that kind of relation, I might just go and throw the first, cable in, right? The first line in to see if he bites, right? Hey, just want to let you know, man, I'm in solar, blah, blah, blah. If you ever know of anybody, blah, 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 as I mentioned earlier, right? Now, if you want to be more bold and they say, cool, man, JC, I'll keep you in mind. You want to be more bold? Be more bold. Because remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's a quote by Wayne Gretzky. So if I believe, okay, there's a possibility this guy's a homeowner, he basically just shut it down right there. He said, okay, I'll let you know. What's the worst that could happen if I ask him if he's a homeowner? By the way, David, great, thank you. But by the way, David, are you a homeowner yourself? Or I could assume it. By the way, David, you're a homeowner, right? And David says, yes, I am. Okay, great. Then I'll proceed to ask him, well, have you ever considered solar yourself? And, for example, the promotion that we've had all this month, that's another bullet that you've got. By the way, what if I could cut your electric bill for the next year too and save you some money on top of that when it kicks back in? So there's a lot of ways to go about it. But the magic, guys, is in making the phone calls. I got notepads where I wrote the list of homeowners. I got whiteboards. So I did them here, and then I started putting interested people on my whiteboard and on my CRM, and I will schedule the time. Then I started receiving bills, started receiving pictures and emails of bills. All of a sudden, now I'm going. So here's the way it works down, right? So here's a to-do list, right? And then I got one more slide after this. The to-do list is this. If you own a home and you're a part of Powur, upgrade yourself to solar, right? If it's a good fit for you. If it's not a good fit for you, no big deal. But if it is a good fit for you, and most of the time it is, upgrade yourself to solar. That's actually Anthony and David are homeowners. Guess what? David's on his way to go solar. I believe his sister's on his way to go solar. And I think his mom too. He's being a product of the product. The next one is create a fast start plan with your support team. Talk to your support team. Set some goals. Here's a goal that I got for you. After you make the list of people, your goal is to get 5 bills as soon as possible within the first week or 2. 5 bills. All you're doing is just getting somebody to send you the bill. That's the goal, right? You want to make sure that you complete the LMS training right away. I recommend you complete that training the first week that you get started. As soon as you get started, there's a training called the LMS training. Make sure you complete that. Start your top 10 homeowner list, your top 10 partners list. Okay. Now remember, people that you know about, that are open-minded, that are interested in making more money. For example, today's Monday. Every Monday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, there's a corporate opportunity webinar. Promote and get them to that webinar. The way that I've gotten some of my friends that are homeowners is I'll get them by recruiting them. Listen, by the way, what I could do for you, David, is why don't you take a look at our business model? If you become an affiliate with our company, you could actually sell yourself the solar and make a commission on it on top of it. Why don't you get on the webinar today so you can see the way it works, right? And hey, worst case scenario, it's not for you. Best case scenario, you get solar, you get a great deal, and you get paid on yourself, right? If that's what I had to do to get them on board, that's what I did, especially when you're a mentor, you mentor the deal. But guess what? You got to get sales under your belt before you can become a mentor. So plan to attend the first live Powur training, commit through your first 3 proposals and your first 3 business partners. Now, powurcalendar.com, make sure you keep that. That has the schedule of the events going on. So here's the deal. Final slide. Don't suffer from paralysis by analysis. Use a KISS method. The KISS meaning keep it super simple. Keep it super simple. When you're new, you don't have to know all the details of solar. I still don't know them. One of the problems with new people in any industry is that they think that they have to know everything. When I became a realtor, I thought that I had to know all the laws, and I thought I had to be able to answer a customer's questions. In this business, you don't have to know about main panel upgrades. You don't have to know all of that stuff about the watts, the kilowatt hour. You don't have to, listen, knowing that stuff helps. When you barely get started, you want to make some money, here's how you do it. You pique the interest. How do you pique the interest? Through these phone calls I just told you. We were doing that. We were piquing interest. You get the interest. Once you get the interest, you get the bill. Once you get the bill, you set the appointment. You get the appointment. And then you use your mentor to present it. So I give a homeowner a call. I let them know, hey man, I just got started in the solar business. I'd appreciate if you keep me in mind of anybody that may be thinking about solar, maybe have questions about solar. Oh, I happen to know somebody that wants solar. Boom, boom, boom. Step 2. Oh, I got to get the bill. Great, I got the bill. Cool. Let me get the proposal. Let's set an appointment so we can show this to you. If you need to talk to your mentor on how to set an appointment, talk to them. If they need to help you, that's fine. It's in their best interest. They're going to make some money on it. And then guess what? Once you get the bill, you assign the mentor. The mentor gets the proposal. The mentor will go through the proposal with you. Here's a proposal. Here's how we do it. How much money do you want to make? What kind of deal you want to give them? Here's what we could do. Great. Let's set an appointment so we can present it. Then guess what? When you set the appointment, you introduce a mentor to the homeowner and you be quiet. That's it. You be quiet and listen and learn. Guess what? The mentor makes a sale. You each made a couple $1,000. Great. On to the next. And you got some experience. So don't overcomplicate this business, right? Don't suffer from paralysis by analysis. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment, and then present with the mentor. And then you get the business, right? You're going to learn so much in this process. Working with a mentor, you're going to learn a lot in that. But one of the best advice that I could give you is get great at getting the bill, right? And in order to get the bill, you got to get some kind of interest. Get some basic knowledge on solar. 0 out of pocket, 26% tax credits, save money day one, right? Lock in your rate. Even if you're paying $150 a month in a city or a state where electricity is really cheap, but the person is in a city or state that electricity is very cheap, and solar is going to make a break even. Doesn't matter. Guess what? But they got their payment locked in. Even if you're breaking even, their electricity company is going to continue to go up. With solar, they're staying at the same monthly price. Here's what I want to do. I want to open it up to some 2 guys here who help me out right now. And I want to just kind of get your you guys are making sales. DJ Justice, David, and Anthony, you guys are making sales. If you could unmute yourself, you guys are making sales. And actually, one of you guys will unmute. One of you guys will unmute because I'm going to ask you first, right? So I want you guys to give the people that are watching this video, because this is going to be a replay video that we're going to use for new people, right? What is some advice, Anthony, that you can give some of the people that are watching this video, right? You've only been involved in solar a couple of months. You've got a nice team growing. You've got a bunch of personal sales going. What are some advice that you could give people that are watching this training when they get started in their business?
Well, I got quite a few that has helped me out through my solar business. Being that I'm new to the industry, no knowledge whatsoever. But one of the 2 main things that has helped me the most, first would be having a strong mindset and willing to put in that work. putting that work in so a mentor of mine in network marketing once told me, you got to put in the work now and get paid later, right? So, for example, the work that I've been putting in since May when I started with you, JC, here at Powur, May, June, I'm now starting to get paid July, August from that. It was difficult because it's like you want to see that, you see the money that you could potentially make, right? The commissions, but you don't start receiving it until M1, which is the first payout, and then M2 after install. But now the months of July, especially now August, that just passed. It's like, man, you're seeing these thousands of dollars going into your account. It's been helping. So that mindset, it's having that mindset of, the vision, actually having the vision that it's going to happen, but then you got to put in the work to make it happen. So one thing that also has helped me out is not quitting, obviously, but just posting on social media a lot. Something that I think I learned from you is if out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah.
If nobody's seeing what you're doing, nobody knows what you're doing. So I started posting a lot of installs from other consultants within Powur. I didn't say they were mine, and people just saw I was in the solar industry and started posting on Instagram, Facebook. And I actually got a lot of clients out of it. So I have not door knocked, which is something that I lack and so that I need to learn fast. But I have my numbers here. So far in the last 4 months, I've done with mentors. These are all presentations with mentors, 20 of them.
Wow.
8 of them, one already got installed. 7 of them we're pushing through the process. 5 of them are still in my pipeline, following up. And then 7 of the homeowners said no. And then, so that's 20 presentations there. And then I have 6 more presentations that I need to schedule. So being a great appointment setter is something that I've learned to do. Just get the bill, set the appointment, let the mentor present, and then learn as you go. And by doing that, these last 4 months once those 8 installs, those 8 solar projects are installed, I would make a total of $21,000.
Wow.
Just splitting this is already split. So had I done them on my own, it would have been over 42,000. That's way more than what I make a year with coaching. So
Right.
yeah, posting online is something that I do a lot. It attracts people. Instead of me hunting them, always approaching them, now they're approaching me. What do I do? How does it work?
Makes sense. And in the solar business as well, it's like you'll start getting referrals. When you go and build that momentum, after a while, you start getting referrals because think about it. The solar panels that you sold are on somebody's roof. And Anthony is seeing that money already because you get paid 40% of the commission before the installation happens. That's called M1. So on all of these deals that he sold, he's getting that M1 commission, Not only that, you're already going to start receiving, if you haven't already, you got people on your team that have made sales as well. So you're making that 20% first level override as well.
Right.
And that's exciting. I've received a couple of those as well. And so, but yeah, that's very exciting stuff. Congratulations. I know that you and I have a couple of deals together that we have sold, and it's awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. David, can you give the people that are watching this some advice, right? What'd you do? I know that you got 3 or 4 deals in the pipeline right now that have already sold, and you being one of them as well, and you're building a team as well. So can you shed some light on what's working for you?
Definitely. For me, I'm in a particular market here in the Carolinas. So energy isn't crazy expensive here, but the costs are rising everywhere. So really being able to show people that they can lock in and save money. Being an example, utilizing, I've got a couple of rental properties that I actually inherited from my parents and grandparents. And so one of those that I've already, started the process. We did our site inspection a couple weeks ago. So right now we're just waiting on installation. But then I can use that house with my current and other business as a drone pilot and drone photographer to showcase that house and create some content based on what I'm putting on that roof. That's not only going to increase the value of that property for me, it's going to save me money and headache in the long run. I've got a 30-year warranty on it, so I don't have to worry about the roof or any of the electrical for at least another 30 years. That's gonna put me into my 60s, you know. But be able to have an asset that's generating, and to do 126% output system for $2 more than what I'm already paying in the electric bill.
Wow.
I mean, that just makes sense. And just, you know, don't be a secret agent. You know, tell everybody. I've been out today getting my car inspected. So when I went to my mechanic to get the inspection, as I'm talking to him and some of the other customers that were coming up, hey, I'm a solar broker. You know, hey, do you know anybody that's thinking about going solar? Are you looking to make some money? Do you keep your income options open? It's the same things that we've heard in business throughout time. But if you don't promote yourself, nobody will do it for you.
That's right.
And the last thing I want is for somebody to go solar and not go with me because I didn't say anything.
That's right.
So definitely creating that buzz, creating that energy, reaching out to people. I'm specifically targeting roofers and realtors and HVAC installers, the lawn care guy, anybody that's having a conversation with the homeowner. I want to at least get them on our ambassador program. So far, I've got 9 ambassadors, got a couple of consultants that have signed up in a few different markets. I'm reaching out to people in those other markets, just showing them the opportunity and the possibilities of what is there if they just really take a look at it and incorporate it into what they're already doing.
Awesome. You know, and to your point, and Anthony as well, is this. Here's the deal, guys. You don't have to, there's a saying, you don't have to be great to start, but you've got to start to be great. In this business, I'm full-time now. I think Anthony's full-time, and David, he's not full-time because he's got other businesses, but he's making deals as if he's full-time, but he's making the most of his time. So even if you've got another job besides this, guess what? You could get some business cards. I just got my new business cards designed. These are it, okay? I got it designed on Fiverr, okay? That's the back of the card. Very nice card. Cost me, I think, $30, $27 to get it designed, okay? And the point is that everywhere that I go, I'm handing out my business card. One of the things that David just said, I'm a solar broker. That's what I say. Because it sounds different than a solar sales guy. I'm a solar guy, whatever. I'm a solar broker. What do you think when you hear the term solar broker? Hey, you got wholesale pricing. So here's one of the things that when I mention to people, by the way, here's my card. And I got my Solar Hero shirts. I wear those all the time. Solar Hero. Then in the back it says thinking of going solar, blah, blah. So yesterday I was at the beach. I was wearing that shirt, right? You never know, right? If I get one deal a year because of wearing that shirt, it was worth it, right? I know that Anthony, he's got all the solar swag. I got the Powur shirts from Anthony. Thank you for that. If you guys need some Powur shirts and hats, Anthony is a guy to go to. Make sure you reach out to him, okay? But the point is, why would I wear another brand out and about? I wear my own brands, right? Even if it's, you know, I got a bunch of the same shirts, right? The same Solar Hero shirts. So I'm wearing it all the time. I'm handing out my business card. Another thing that I do is I'm a part of a BNI group. I get business from BNI. Invest in your business. Join the Chamber of Commerce. Have your business cards there. Own it. Here's a couple of key lines that I use with people, right, when I talk about solar. Here's my card, by the way. I'm a solar broker. You know, one of the things that I do for people is I give them 30-year warranties on everything. Roof, parts, and labor. Typically, people get 10-year warranties on the roof, 20-year warranty on the parts and labor. I give you 30 on everything. Interest rates at 1.49. The average person will give you a 3.99, 4.99 interest rate. I do 1.49, right? And I give you as close to wholesale as it comes because I'm a broker. I'm not simply a sales guy. That's what I tell people. All of a sudden, like, oh, really good to know. And guess what? Most people are not offering a 1.49, 30-year interest bumper to bumper on everything. So when I mention that to people, I stand out. Or if it's somebody that I'm visiting the new homeowner list, by the way, I have a new homeowner list training on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel, right? I'm going to share a bunch of the videos on, and I'm creating a website with a bunch of these trainings on the website, okay? Just for people to go ahead and find them easy, right? Because we're going to make this a lot easier. But these little things make a big difference. Also, put an emphasis on recruiting. Who do you know that's open-minded? Who do you know that's business-minded? Who do you know that's a good salesperson? Here's why, guys. The reason why is this. Even if you're not a mentor yet, doesn't matter. You still make the unit-level override commissions. That's number one. Number two, when you do become a mentor, these people are going to do mentor deals with you, and their people are going to do mentor deals with you. Guys, there's a lot of money being a mentor. I would recommend you start building your team. Put an emphasis. Today, in exactly 7 hours from right now, there's going to be a corporate call at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the business opportunity of Powur. You should get on there. If you want to learn the business, even if you don't have guests, get on there and learn the business, learn the compensation plan, learn the lingo, learn as much as you can. Then guess what? You get more dangerous with the business. You get more confident with the business, and you will get better. That's one of the things that I did. I immersed myself. It's like, imagine if you don't speak Spanish, but we put you in the middle of Mexico for a year. You better believe you're going to come out of Mexico knowing how to speak some damn Spanish because you immerse yourself in that. Same thing with this business. How bad do you want it? Remember when I said your why and what you're willing to give up? That's what you got to write down. What are you willing to give up? On Mondays at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you should be, if you're serious about this business, you should be on that webinar every single Monday. Be on that webinar and try to be on there with guests. But guests or no guests, you should be on there. I'm going to be on there today. I've got 2 or 3 guests going on there today. I'm always building my business. Okay, guys? So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this information. Anything else, Anthony or David, that you guys would like to add before we close out this call?
I'd like to add something, JC.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick too. I think since we started, if I remember correctly, I remember back in May, maybe late April, David Small and I have been very consistent on, I don't even think we've missed a call of yours every Monday since May. And I think that's also has helped because we build that discipline of being consistent, joining your calls. And I mean, I am pretty sure it goes on to being disciplined on, just your solar business in general. So it's something that I've noticed that we've been consistent on your calls and we've got a lot of value through it. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
I echo that as well. Definitely. Thank you so much for your leadership. When I look back at whenever you gave me that call back in late March, early April, it was like, hey, this is what I'm doing for the next 15 to 20 years. And I said, send me the info, and I took a look at it. I hopped on the call and I said, it made sense. That's the most important thing I try to express to people is this isn't sales. This is logic. This is an IQ test. If it makes sense, do the things that make sense. And if you treat this like a business and build it, it will pay you like a business that you never have to worry about, for the rest of your life. And I see myself, I have that same mentality of this is something I'm going to do for the next 15, 20 years and really encourage people to dig into the training. If you stay faithful and consistent over the little things, the big things won't even be an issue coming down the road. So again, I thank you for your leadership and thank you for the opportunity. Because if you'd have talked to me in February, I knew nothing about solar other than, hey, those are some expensive panels on somebody else's house. Now those expensive panels are on my house. Right. I'm getting paid, baby. So thank you again, my brother.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. And yes, it's true. You guys, I remember, matter of fact, this is not the first time I interviewed both of you guys on one of these trainings because you guys have been consistent from the beginning. And think about it. That's no coincidence. The 2 guys that have been consistent from day one since you guys started are some of the guys that are having the most results. That's what it is. It's, it's the consistency. A lot of you guys have heard me say this. An apple a day keeps a doctor away, not 7 apples on Sunday, right? The saying goes an apple per day. If you're every day I plug away and I make phone calls, I got a list. Watch this, guys.
I've got one whiteboard. I got to get some more.
Those are my whiteboards here in my office, right? So I got my notes here, and something I sit down when I got some free time, and I look at my prospects that have not yet made a decision. Got it. Boom. And I go, I write them down as I sold or as conversations. I put star next to it. But guess what? Every day I'm chipping away at my business. I'm chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. Guys, it's going to get to the point. You guys realize that there's people here in Powur that close 5, 6 deals per month, personal deals, just off of referrals. They could sit at home looking at their phone, waiting for that phone to ring. Oh, there's Anthony's whiteboard too. Success leaves clues, man. Success leaves clues. So there's people that can sit at home watching their phone and get 4, 5, 6 deals every month. 4, 5, 6 deals. Let's say the average commission is only 5,000, which is more, right? But let's say 5. At 6 deals times 5, that's 30 grand, dude. Now, on some deals, you're going to make less because you're going to have to give the person a really good discount or whatever the case is. That's fine. I just closed a deal from the new homeowner list. My commission after Powur gets their commission is about $4,700, and I gave them a tremendous deal, And I couldn't sell them more panels. We only got them to 108% offset because no more panels fit on the roof. If not, we would have got them to 120%, which would have equaled a bigger commission. The point that I'm getting to is this: if you stick and stay, you'll get your pay. If you go out there and build it, you're planting seeds. Hey, have your job, take care of your bills, but dedicate. Hey, if it's 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, dedicate it, right? Make the phone calls, message people on Facebook, plant seeds, plant seeds, plant seeds. What if 6 months from now, 1 year from now, you're getting 2 or 3 or 4 deals per month because so many people know you? I know, Anthony, you've gotten tagged on people that say, hey, I'm looking for solar, and somebody tags your name on it. Does that happen to you?
Yes.
Yes, that happens to me every week. Every like 3 to 5 days, I get a tag. I've already closed 1 deal for sure. I think 2. I don't even remember. But I got another one that's in the process. I was tagged on a group, right? But one of the deals, a realtor tagged me on it. I contacted the lady, made a sale. I made the guy an ambassador. So now the guy says, as soon as I get paid that $1,000, I'm joining your business. I'm going to use that money. I'm going to join your business, and I'm going to send you all of my people so I can make half of the commission. A real estate agent. Guess what? Yeah, go ahead.
Here's a scenario I got. So my first install, what I did is I tagged his name on Facebook with the install pictures and video. And obviously all his friends were able to see it now. He became an ambassador, sent me a referral. And then another friend of his, who I happen to know through soccer, messaged me saying, hey, I saw Luis got solar installed. I want to be a consultant now. Share more. Wow. And then he's like, I want to get solar on my house. Let me talk to my wife. And then he sent me a referral saying, let's close this deal with another soccer coach that we know. So all because I tagged one of my friends' installs. So
social media is powerful, man. Get out there. Look, get out there on a Remax group, Century 21 group, Keller Williams group. Message 10 realtors every day, right? Just message. Here's what I do when I have the time. I don't do this now. I've done this before. I don't do it now. I don't have the time to do it. I would get on there. If you got some downtime, message 10 to 30 realtors. Hey, David, how are you? You know what I mean? How's the real estate business going, brother? Simple. Just start a dialogue. If I send it to 10 people, I might get 4 or 5 that reply back. Hey, business is good. Thank you for asking. Some of them are going to ask, what do you do? Or some of them are going to go on my Facebook page. If you go on my Facebook page, it says solar broker. Then it's got a picture of me and my son, which is always great. It's got a little video of my son and I. So that just brings credibility, right? Then it says right there, you know, Powur Energy broker or something like that, right? Then if you look at my feed, I'm talking about solar, man. One of the things that Anthony mentioned that was key, he puts other people's installs on there. Doesn't claim that they're his, but hey, another homeowner, another happy homeowner going solar. He's online. That is another homeowner going solar. You know, now he's got deals of his own that are going solar, but he started by doing that. Now people are seeing, oh, he's in there. It might take some people 6 months before they reach out to you about their home or refer you to somebody. Doesn't matter. You got to have long-term vision, right? This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But actually, this is both. This is a sprint. You got to go out there, out the gates, talk to everybody, plant all the seeds. But a marathon mentality that you're going to be here 5 years from now, whatever the case is, right? But eventually you start to get people. Yesterday, I was at the beach and I got my friend who's a realtor and he does very well. His name is Eddie. Mark my words, I'm going to sign him up. He messaged me yesterday. Hey, brother, what brand are the panels that your company has? And I told him LG and Hanwha and a couple of other ones. He wrote, okay, one of my clients may call you tomorrow. I said, great, I'll call you tomorrow. Guess what? I'm calling him today. I talked to him in March. Told him I was, doing the solar business. Cool, man, yeah, I'll keep you in mind. But he's a Facebook friend. He sees nothing but solar. So he knows, okay, JC's in this deal. Now I'm going to give him a call, offer him to become an ambassador to make $1,000 referral. It's free. Why wouldn't he become an ambassador? Try to get as many ambassadors. I don't have that many ambassadors. I got like 7. But I've got like 33 people I've recruited. Now my goal is to get as many ambassadors as I've got people recruited, minimum 30. Why? What if these ambassadors send you one deal every 2 years? It's not that hard to get a free ambassador. Sign up for free. Make $1,000 if you refer anybody that goes solar. Doesn't cost you anything. There's no commitment. You don't have to attend anything. You don't have to pay anything. But what if you got 10? That means that if they send you one deal every 2 years, that means that you got 5 deals a year. If you're doing this part-time and you got 5 deals a year and you made $5,000, that's an extra $20,000, $25,000 because you got a couple of ambassadors. But the point is, it starts to kick in, guys. Starts to kick in. So anyways, Anthony, David, thank you so much, guys, for being on this webinar. Thank you for the nice words and for also for sharing what's been working for you guys, right? This video we're going to put on YouTube, and it's going to be a replay video for anybody that's new. Get them on this video for them. I think there was some golden nuggets of what to do when people start their business. And we're going to continue to bring on the training, and we're going to interview other people as well. So with that being said, guys, everybody have a great day. Let's go out there and crush it. And I'll see you guys at the 5 o'clock opportunity webinar.
Thank you, JC.
Thank you.